Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Raid Shadow Legends, and we're actually on the main account, although this might look familiar from the test server and the faction games. So, if you guys have missed it, I've been a part of the faction games hosted by Deadwood Jedi, joined by other content creators as well, and I was assigned the Sacred Order faction. So, that's all done on the test server. That's separate than my main account. And, well, I kind of got forced, I guess you could say, to use the Sacred Order fellas on my main account as well. So what happened was, with all of the faction games happening, with getting sick, COVID, I got distracted. And I never took any clan quests. So what did I get when it's Thursday and I finally go to look at clan quests? There was one elite quest. Sacred Order Fire Knight. Go figure. Yep. Do stage 20 or higher of Fire Knight with champions from the Sacred Order faction only. Bruh. Why you gotta do me like that? So on my main account, I did not +2 my Abyss like I did on my test server account. I didn't actually have Armiger built well at all. Astrolon is in pretty mediocre gear. Abyss is in a damage build, but not like savage. And yeah, I was also going to use my cardio because cardio, right? But when it came down to it, that felt like cheating. I wanted to show you guys the power of Armiger, right? He was the shining star of my spider speedrun, which if you haven't seen that video, that was the last one I posted today. Spider speedruns using Armiger as your MVP. And now we're going to do the same thing. Fire Knight speedruns, Armiger, MVP. I have a level 60 Armiger and a level 50. So I will actually show you the run, and then I'll show you the AI, and, well, I guess I'll show you the AI first. Let's do that. So this is not perfectly speed tuned by any means. It's kind of what I had on people. Sorry, excuse me. And everyone could be better, to be honest. So Deacon's fast for sake of Dark Fae. I was using Deacon. So he's a bit fast here, so that works out pretty well. Let me move so you can actually see who I'm clicking on at least. All right, so we have Deacon. He's the fastest with 241 speed and enough accuracy to land in Doom Tower. So this is my Doom Tower Deacon build. I think he's in a stun set. Abyss is my damage dealer. I do have her prioritizing this in the first round to hit hard. Because Deacon's going to be putting up decreased defense, she really doesn't even need to use hers, honestly. But I don't mind. She hits hard with that too. So Astrolon is in here for some crowd control. He is the wrong affinity for Fire Knight 20 though. So he's not going to land those stuns on everyone, but it'll help slow things down animation wise and prevent us from dying for ones that he does land. So I am actually using him there. I think I should probably prioritize this as well here on the second round. And Armigers are just here doing their thing. Of course I do want him to smack on this first round whoever he needs to help clean up. So I did prioritize that in the first round, but not the second round. So just in case I want it for the third. So what's going to happen? It's Deacon, AoE decreased defense, Abyss nuke, and then everyone else just kind of clean up the mess, right? For the first 2 rounds. And then for the boss, Deacon is going to, luckily, he's going to fill our turn meter and decrease the boss's turn meter, and then do decreased defense. So this is such a good combination here for Deacon, and the leech doesn't hurt, so we could heal back up. Abyss is going to do damage. I have my fast Armiger, or my faster Armiger here is over 200 speed, so he can go multiple times. I'm going to let the AI do its thing. That way he can control turn meter most of the time, but if the turn meter is low enough, then boom, he will use this lovely enemy max HP skill as well. So I'm not going to force the enemy max HP skill. I'm just going to let the AI do it and hope for the best. I know he doesn't use this if there's certain amount of turn meter reduced, so it's fine though. It worked out really well. And then I put in a baby Armiger. This Armiger is a level 50. He is in nothing crazy here either, but he is over 200 speed as well. I did want him to have chances to go multiple times. And for the sake of round 3, I did not worry about crazy damage. You don't see any crit damage really on him at all. Just crit rate because he needs it for the A1. But I turned off the A2 because we want him to just turn meter control. That's it. I just want him to turn meter control. So this one can do some damage. This one can just turn meter control. So let's take a quick look at this run. It's not, of course, by any means, it's not a super speed run, but let's just show the power of Armiger. If you guys are struggling with Fire Knight, this might give you some ideas at least. And this is only Sacred Order, one faction, same principles. An AoE decreased defense, then a nuker. Ideally people that are the right affinities. You know, you want a Spirit or Force for this one, or Void, of course. And then having those Armigers in there for the boss can really be clutch for turn meter control. All right, let's see. Bad RNG, this isn't 100% success, I don't think, just because it is a bit risky with, well, for one, a negative affinity like Astrolon. And I really don't have a lot of multi-hitters here. So, in a perfect world, someone other than a Best could be the nuker. Someone maybe with a multi-hitter A1. Excuse me. That would be better for the boss. But in my case here, we are just using Sacred Order, which is fine. Go Deacon, you do your thing. He's so good for this. But it didn't work in my favor for Spider, as you guys saw. I did not end up using Deacon for Spider because we didn't want to turn meter control the Spiderlings. We wanted them to go. Alright, come on. Sorry, guys. COVID, man. Ooh, alright. See if we have some good RNG here. Let's go. So, Deacon. Gotta get that shield open. Come on, guys. I need some more, Evil Eye procs. Honestly, I don't have Evil Eye on everybody. And my level 50 Armiger does not have masteries. So if you got just enough masteries on the level 50 Armiger to at least have Evil Eye to start off with, that would be huge. But here we go. Shield's open. It should stay open now. No problem. Good job, Armiger. Double Armiger action. Boom. Astrolon's kind of pointless now. After we get to the boss, Astrolon's kind of pointless. He does have a 2-hitter A1 at least for getting things started, but once it gets rolling, he's not the most helpful, honestly. But he does help control the waves, and that's what we want. 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Sacred Order only, with 2 uncommons, including one of them only at level 50, guys. Simple enough, right? Let me quickly go show you these builds. That's simple enough, right? Simple enough. I was gonna do it with Cardiel, Sacred Order, but he wasn't part of my stuff for the faction games because they got rid of him. And I felt like it was a little bit of a cheat code, so I took out Cardiel and I put in a level 50 Armiger instead. And it was actually faster. But let's get to that. Let's see, let me sort by faction. Let's just keep in the faction games mode. So I do have Deacon in a stun set. He's set for other content. So, and the stun sets are going to be helpful for sake of crowd control on the waves anyway. Lessen the chances of them attacking us and dying with no reviver in there, right? So he is there to do that job. Then Abess is going to be my nuker. She is not in anything too fancy. Just random mixed gear here. I mean, she's in sets, but not like a Savage set like I have on the test server account, right? Almost 5,000 attack, 100% crit rate, and 230% crit damage, and enough accuracy to land her decreased defense. So simple, solid builds, but I do have her with War Master Mastery behind me for sake of fighting against bosses, because that's where I was usually using. I ended up using her in a lot of like the potion keeps and all sorts of stuff, so I kept to the War Master Mastery, which actually is going to be more helpful here against the Fire Knights, so I'm glad I stuck with that. Same thing with Deacon. He is in almost the same masteries here for sake of that War Master Mastery. So then we're going to talk Astralon. He has no masteries. He could really use Evil Eye as well, and maybe some War Master for him too, but no masteries on my Astralon. He is in a little bit of a mixed build here. He has 100% crit rate, but not a ton of crit damage. Good attack though, and good accuracy. You don't need this much accuracy for this level of the dungeon though, so it's a little bit overkill. I could decrease this to like 220, 250, and then pump up his crit damage, but honestly, he's the wrong affinity for this Fire Knight anyway, and I don't really use him here normally just in Faction Wars, so I just left him the way he was with no masteries. But I do think I have his... Oh! I do not. So I don't have him booked even. So this could be more help. If this was booked, this would be really helpful for the first couple waves. But if we have to take some extra turns to make sure you really can do some crowd control. But I think on my test server account, I put my refresh accessories on him and we got fancy. But I kind of wanted to do this, not overly going out of my way to make the builds perfect. I wanted to do it with what I had on them and showing that you don't need crazy stats to do it. So speaking of which, I have Armiger. I did put Armiger in a lethal set. He was in Destroy, which was doing nothing for this boss, and I had low crit damage on him. So we wanted to increase his crit damage. We did get some good crit damage, 243% crit damage in a Destroy set. Always remember, Armiger needs 100% crit rate for his main skill. Defense stat is secondary as well for his damage, and he is defense based as well. And you need enough accuracy to land that decrease of turn meter. So this is what we're talking about. Decreases turn meter by 30% if this attack is critical. This is why Armiger is so broken and so amazing. Also, he is an enemy max HP. You think Cold Heart, Royal Guard, Husk, Little Miss Annie. He's an uncommon who has that skill. He's so wonderful. So, and he has a block revives. This actually comes in handy on a lot of those pesky Doom Tower waves where you have those people that pop back up. Or if you could time things right or you're doing it manually, knock out a Torment with that block revive. He ain't coming back. So he's really helpful. I do have my main Armiger in War Master Masteries as well. I built a second Armiger super quick, no masteries. He could really use Evil Eye as well, but it's fine. I did not... He is skilled. I did increase his skills here. Previously, this was a backup Armiger that was level 40. But all we did was want to get speed, 100% crit rate, and the right accuracy. That was all I really cared about for this build. I didn't really worry about damage as far as crit damage goes, or crazy defense and HP or anything. I just wanted to get him a decent speed so he could hopefully go multiple times. So there we have it. Sacred Order, kicking some butt again, guys. Dust out your Armigers, have some fun. Hope you guys liked seeing another showcase of my faction that I've been assigned for the faction games, even though this was not the test server in my test server builds, but still fun, still fun. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, or I'll catch you live on Twitch in my next competition. So wish me luck in Hydra.